to the 6th episode of Over 50 Male, First Time Home Chef. Today, because there was such a popular demand of the cherry pie episode, and everybody's interested in baking, I'm going to do another baking show. Today we're going to make peach cobbler, peach cobbler, not pie, peach cobbler. It's a dish, made in a baking dish. And so I'm going to show you how to do that, and then we'll have two types of pies that you can possibly make, two types of desserts you can possibly make. So to start with, what we're going to have to do is we're going to have to take the peaches and we're going to have to cut them up. Unlike the cherry pies, you can't use a chopstick to push the pit through because the pits are bigger. So we're going to actually have to cut the peaches into slices. Now we're going to want to do 4 cups of this too, and so we're going to cut them up into smaller in slices. I'm going to dice them up a little more, and I'll show you in a minute. What we're going to do is we're going to take a knife. Okay, we have the knife, and I have a washed peach, and I have a bowl that I'm going to put the peaches in, and then we're going to just throw the pit out. So you take a knife and you just cut the peach in half, and then all the way around in half. Okay, and I'll break it up into 2 large pieces. Okay, that didn't work well. Okay, so then you're going to cut around the pit, and so it's not really like 4 slices, you're cutting around the pit, and so it's a little mushed up here, as you see. But I got the pit out, which is the important thing. You don't want to put the pit in the pie. I mean the dish. Okay, so pit out. We'll take the crushed peaches a little and we'll cut them up into smaller pieces like this. And we're going to leave the skin on the peaches, and then cut it up like that. Aren't we supposed to?
Is that what it says in the recipe?
Doesn't say dice them. I mean, it doesn't say peel them. So I'm going to throw them in to the bowl, and I'm going to do 4 cups of peaches, and I'll be right back. Okay, the peaches, as you see, are cut up into small slices, and we have them ready. Again, 4 cups of peaches. Next, what we're going to do is we're going to take a pan, a baking pan it's called. What we want to do is we want to measure it to see what size it is. You can take a regular measuring tape and you measure it across like this. Okay, you get to one side, and that is 10 across. Okay, 10. And the other way is about 10 too. So it's by about 10 by 10. You want between 9 by 13 and 10 by 10 will be good for your pie baking pan. So we'll take that, we'll get that ready, put that to the side here. Before we start, we're going to take the oven and we're going to turn it on to 375. Preheat it to 375. And we have that on. Okay, so it's on, ready to go. All right, what we're going to do is we're going to take the baking pan, as you see right here, and we're going to take a half a pound or half a cup of unsalted, whipped butter. Now, I'm going to show you a little trick I use to figure it out. I take an 8-ounce cup of butter, okay, and we only want half a cup, so we just want half it. So what I do is I take a knife, move it down the middle, split it in half, and then I just pull out with a spoon the half that I want. And that is how we get a half a cup of butter. And as you see, cut in half, we've got half a cup of butter. Now what we want to do is we want to melt it. Now what I do to melt it is I turn off the air conditioning on a hot sunny day like today, and close all the windows, and so it's like really hot in here. I got the lights on, so it'll melt quicker with the heat. Now another way to speed up the process of melting all this butter would be to take the pan, take the baking pan and put it in the, okay, it didn't fit in there. Okay, we can take some of it and put it in a bowl. Okay, put it in the bowl. Put it in the microwave for about 20 seconds. We'll put it in for 20 seconds to speed up the melting process. That's 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. And we can stop it. And take that spoon. As you see, the melting has begun. Move it around a little, and now we have melted butter goes in the bottom. And I'll show you in a second. So there's two methods of melting the butter. You can either wait it out by turning the air off, or you can speed up the process in the microwave. Okay, now while we have that there, and we'll let it melt a little more, we'll wash our hands up a little, and then we'll take another bowl, and we will mix up the first part of our ingredients. What we're going to do is we're going to take a cup of flour. Okay, cup of flour. That's all right. So we're going to take about, there you go, push it down a little, and we got what looks to be a cup of flour. Okay. Then we're going to take this flour, cup of flour. Then we're going to take a cup of sugar. Oopsie. I know I should. Okay, and we're going to take a cup of sugar. We're going to pour that in. So we have a cup of flour, a cup of sugar. We're going to take a new ingredient that I haven't really used yet before. It's called baking powder. And we're going to have to open that up because I just bought it. Okay. It's called Argo baking powder. If there's any Argo fans out there. As usual, we have to figure out a way to open the lid. And we're doing all this for a tablespoon of this baking powder. We're going to take baking powder. We're going to use that gadget we used last time. It's an actual tablespoon. And we're going to take a tablespoon, okay, full tablespoon of baking powder. That's money well spent. Okay, next we're going to take a pinch, just a pinch. So what I do is grab between my thumb and forefinger pinch of salt, drop it in, and we got our pinch of salt. What we got to next do is we're going to take our milk. I'm using 2% low-fat milk. You can use whatever you want. We're going to take how much milk?
Really?
Yeah. We're going to take milk. I think it's a cup, but I want to be sure.
Oh.
Cup of milk on the left-hand side. All right, 1 cup of milk. Okay, so you take the milk, and now this is a quart. So we could figure out because everybody knows what a quart is. But you can take a measuring cup if you want to make it easier.
What?
And just pour
Who the hell knows how many cups in
a
a quart?
cup of milk. So we're going to add a cup of milk into it.
Is that 1 cup? It looks like 2 cups.
It's 1 cup.
That's the wrong side.
Oh, over here, it's a little more than a cup. I mean, we can't put it back. So we got a cup of milk. We're going to stir it into the dry ingredients are no longer dry, which makes no sense, but so you put it into the bowl. I'll show you here. And now we're going to mix it all up until everything that was dry is no longer dry. And as you see, I'm moving it around with a spoon. And everything that was dry is now wet. Very important that nothing is left dry. Now we're going to take this, what we would call batter now. And that butter, remember that butter that we melted? We're going to pour it over the butter now, into the pan. The pan.
Better.
Now, it's very important that you just pour it in, and even though you're going to have an urge to stir it, don't. You just want to pour it in and leave it there. Don't stir, okay? So again, it'll look like this, okay? It will look like, no stirring.
No,
Okay.
this gets all of the batter out.
All the batter is out, kind of. So again, we'll use this little thing here to get that little residual out. Spatula. Okay, so now we're ready for the next step. Okay, we're now, hey Gilly, we're going to now take a, alright, we're going to take a pan. Alright, a pan. You're going to take a pan.
A pot.
Pot. A pan pot. You're going to take a pot. That some people might call a pan, but it's a pot.
No one calls that a pan.
And we're going to take another cup of sugar. Now, I'm not a big sugar person. I'm trying to do a lot of things with less sugar. So really what I'm doing is I'm taking just 2/3 a cup of each. So we're going to take the recipe calls for a cup, but I'm going to take a little less of that, of sugar, and I'm going to take a teaspoon of lemon juice. So we have to get out our lemon squeezer, lemon crusher. But what we're going to do is we're going to take the peach slices and we're going to pour them into the pot. No. All right, I'm right here. Sometimes the staff doesn't completely clean the pots out, so we clean them ourselves. So now I'm going to take a very clean pot, and I'm going to pour in the sugar. I'm going to get all that sugar, it's stuck to the bottom, and we're going to get it in there. We could probably use that spatula thing to get it out. Okay, so we're going to take the sugar. Okay, we're going to take our peaches, 4 cups of peaches, and we're going to dump them into the pot. Okay, you can see this pot right here. And then we're going to get our lemon out. Okay. That was butter. Okay. Yeah. Okay, we're getting a lemon out. All right.
Welcome back.
And we're going to take a cutting board, cut the lemon in half with a clean knife. Okay, cut the lemon, as you see, in half. Now, as we learned before, really you get a tablespoon out of 1/2 of a lemon. So we're going to take the lemon crusher and we're going to squeeze or crush, however you want to term it, the lemon juice out of a 1/2 a lemon. Like this. And you know, it's good exercise for your biceps here to squeeze as hard as you can. Okay. Now my guess is just from previous history And now my new baking knowledge is that that should be close to a tablespoon of lemon. And it's just a little more than a tablespoon of lemon. But we're going to take that, we're going to drop it into the peaches. So it's interesting, you use lemon juice in peach cobbler, and you use lemon juice in cherry pie. I wonder if you use cherries and peach in lemon pie. Yes, I said it.
That is terrible.
Okay, now you're going to take that mixture that we just put together, the peaches, the tablespoon lemon, and the sugar, and we're going to light it. And we're going to put it over the heat. And we're going to stir it for a while. We're going to stir it around until it almost looks done. I think what we just want to do is get the juices and everything mixed together. One second. So actually, we're going to stir this up until we bring this mix to a boil. But the key is to constantly keep stirring. Now, unlike what we did with the batter, where we didn't stir, we're constantly stirring the peach mix. Okay, and just keep stirring it, and we're looking for it to come to a boil at some point. And then what we're going to do is take this.
Oh my God, there's a fly.
Okay, what we're going to do is we're going to take this as it boils, and it's getting close right now. That hasn't boiled yet. Then we're going to take it. We're going to pour it on top of the batter, which is on top of the butter. And again, we're not going to mix it. We're going to take it in that form, and we're going to put it right in the oven for 40 to 45 minutes. And then we're going to have our peach cobbler ready to go. So right now we're just waiting for this mixture to come to a boil. So as you know, notice I use fresh fruit when I cook or bake. So, tell you what, I'll be back when this thing ever boils, okay? And I'll tell you how long it takes. Okay, so it's only in real time, it's been about a minute and a half since we've been away, and it's just getting ready. It's starting to boil a little, so we'll let it boil here for another minute.
And talk about what?
And we can talk about how the peaches are mixing together.
This is peach season in New Jersey.
Did you know that it is currently peach season in New Jersey? We grow a lot of peaches here, and so a lot of people like to make peach desserts or eat peaches or do things with peaches in the month of July. And okay, so we're getting there.
And it's much better to buy organic peaches.
Did you know it's much better to buy organic peaches
Why?
because they are organically grown than regular peaches?
Because regular peaches have a lot of testing.
Because we don't like that testing stuff and the insecticide and all that. We don't like that in our peaches, especially here in New Jersey. So we like to grow them and buy them organically. So
Is that damn thing boiling yet?
it is. It's starting to boil. I just want to give it we'll give it 30 seconds more boiling. As you can probably hear, it is boiling, and you hear the sound of the boil. And
Who can hear the sound of the boil?
there it goes, boiling. Let you see into it a little, and it's boiling. So now what we do is we take the boiled peaches and we pour that into the batter, everything. Just dump it right in.
Wait, do we mix it?
No. Good question. But for those that are asking, do we mix it? No. As I said, we pour it in, and again, the temptation is, well, I need to do something. No. Peach Cobbler knows how to make itself. So the key is to just let nature take its course, and it'll create itself. So all we have to do now is take, again, as you know, I like to use aluminum foil. And I'm going to take some aluminum foil underneath it so it doesn't spill in our oven. And we take the pan that is, oh yeah, make sure the pan is oven usable. And we're going to take it and we're going to transfer it over into the oven, which you won't see on screen. And now we're about to close the oven. And I will see you, again, it's 375. I'll see you in 45 minutes where I'll show you what we've created. Okay, one last thing. We started to cook, but it's only been in there for a minute or two. But what you want to do, oh, it is bubbling. Woo! Okay. As you can see.
No! You can see more than you can see me. Oh.
Okay. As you can see, look at it now. But what we want to do is we want to pull it out a little. And just take a pinch of, this is called an action shot.
It's called Make People Sick Shot. Put the phone down.
Okay, hold on.
I'll hold it.
Hold it for me. Thank you very much. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to take a little bit of cinnamon. I would take like you could take one of these. This is a half a teaspoon one.
Oh, Lord.
I'm going to take some cinnamon. I'm going to sprinkle it all over inside
We can't see that.
the pan. Okay, so a little half a teaspoon of cinnamon. You don't have to, but it adds a little flavor. So I sprinkle it all around, and then I'm going to put it back in. Okay, that was just a quick update. I didn't want you to go without having that option if you want to use cinnamon. Thank you. Okay, it has now been about 43 minutes, but it looks like it's done, so we're going to pull it out now.
That recycling is sitting there.
We're going to pull out the pie. Be very careful. Oh, does it look good? Okay, so I'm going to take it out and show you.
Can you see it?
Yeah. And this is our Peach
Peach cobbler.
cobbler, baked cobbler. So, again,
No.
this was over 50 male, first time chef, home chef, episode 6, peach cobbler. Have a good one.